Welcome back, Game Hordlings, for some more Star Control 2. Here we are in Beta Leporis. I managed to dodge past the kohr-ah, which actually, you saw my Spathy has a chance against him. Maybe mano a mano, but it gets pretty tough. I mean, the computer AI is pretty deadly with those fucking ninja stars. Again, on this planet, you're going to want to pretty much just try to pick up the orangish, reddish. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. Also, that blue slug you saw crawling. You're going to want to get those too. I guess I should have scanned for biological. Don't accidentally shoot the minerals. I'd say we're good. Next, we're gonna fly to Gamma Aquarii. You might have to manually take over your starship and dodge the enemy. That's the kohr-ah hot on my trail. I need to kind of leave them in the dust. Again, not a very threatening planet. Thank God. I don't know if these guys are good or bad. Look, I suppose as a courtesy, I should extend an appropriate greeting. On behalf of the Utwig Proctors, I truly hope for your sake that your day has been better than ours. Although this really isn't saying that much. This is Captain Ronstock representing the Empire of Ronstock. Please respond. What good would that do? I mean, why should we? We agonized for hours wondering if it was a cruel twist of fate, or simply a serious case of butterfingery. Ah, the lifetimes that have been spent in the pursuit of the elusive answer to the deceptively simple question has driven many of us down the dark road of self-destruction. Indeed, even as these words strike the ears of any that care to listen. Unable to determine what Breda atones for my part of the great sin, should I engage in slow and painful self-termination? Should I commit myself to a long life of excruciating self-flagellation? Should I throw myself with enthusiastic verve at the problem of collective annihilation? I do not know. Even now my mind writhes with the anguish of indecision, lest the outcome be inadequate. I detect that recent events have not gone your way. Why don't you start at the beginning? All right, I'll try. But you know, it really doesn't matter. After all, we are the famous Udwig saying, when one loses the reason for existence, one tends to get less motivated. This goes hand in hand with the painfully appropriate credo, we broke it, so we are paying for it. Of course, this isn't really accurate. The situation is so much more hideous. Imagine, if you can, holding within your hands the answer, only to have it taunt you with its former potential. Ah, cruel irony. The loss of the Ultron grieves us all. Yeah, of course, the Ultron. We grieve, how sad. Now, what was that again? Bah, doesn't matter. Besides being of no concern to you, I find the decision of this matter, well, distasteful. The Ultron was the only thing which assured total and complete meaning of life for you and me. It was universal. I'm sure that you are also aware of this, if only in legend. It granted us all limitless power and knowledge. It has been since well rendered inoperative. Do you know anything about the enslaving Urquan? We know nothing of this species that you mention. However, while we are on the subject of evil and powerful species, we have encountered a particularly gruesome race that seems to come from the direction of Arcturus. When we hailed them, they responded with mighty weapons that sent our delegation to their deaths. Lucky fools. The aliens' dark, crusty battleships are capable of guiding spinning mines into almost any location. And should an enemy get too close, a fiery corona emerges to inflict fearsome damage. In our skirmishes with the race, who called themselves the kohr-ah, we found that by using our own shielding capability, we could sweep through the mines, absorb the corona, and then get close enough to the dark ships to give a lick of our own. In truth, however, they are very powerful and ruthless. When the kohr-ah started to press toward our homeworld, we thought our deserved punishment was being administered. But then a mystery. They suddenly become disinterested and veered away. Pah! Confounding frustration. With the Ultron, I could speak knowledgeably on the subject. To have this quality torn from our grasp emphasizes how meaningless our existence really is. This lack of meaning is what drives my species to the serious contemplation of a quick end. So, What more do you know about the kohr-ah? Ah, your query once again painfully reminds me of the Ultron and what it was for the universe. I could tell you all and correct all that is wrong in the universe. All I can tell you is that the kohr-ah live to kill. Their stated purpose is to seek out new life and new civilizations, and then annihilate them. We seemed to qualify as such, as that wise puzzling, and after pursuing us with some tenacity, they suddenly turned away and headed toward kohr-ah. All this speculation would have been unnecessary if only we had saved the Ultron. It would not have taken much. A diving catch, a thrown pillow, even a fuzzy wumpus would have broken the fall satisfactorily. Indeed, a panel convened to analyze the possibilities concluded that there were at least 623 ways that the Ultron could have been saved if we had prepared. Let us cease our discussion concerning these matters. A truly unique set of events put you in your current state, am I right? To say the least. Our past is one both glorious and proud people, coupled with a cataclysm that rocks the universe to its very core. It all began with the chimp rose from the murky bog, and the Utwig emerged as well. In those primitive times we cavorted about our world, oblivious to any sort of higher purpose. We took everything at face value. Meanwhile, the tendrils of the chimp infiltrated the vast sky canopies of Faz, and then the veils fell. Suddenly the Utwig was stunned by a collective realization. All immediately and urgently donned veils of every description: hide, leaves, shells, rocks. Even living drells were donned in the early days. You see, the face is the mechanism that expresses many of the primitive qualities that hinder sentience. Now rid of the constant reminders of greed, rage, hatred, and lust, the wisdom of the Utwig is no longer hampered by the constant reminders of the primitive urge. Over many generations, mask etiquette was refined to a rock-solid foundation of our society. Sure, the morality riots were expensive both in lives and infrastructure, but the result was better mask regulation, specification from your basic mask of grueling but necessary activity to the most highly decorated continents of stellar representation. These were clearly defined. Recognizing the importance of flexibility, clear-cut and efficient procedures for revision and redesign, dealt with the few anomalies. From that moment when we covered the source of the intellectual oppression, we knew it was a grand purpose that defined our destiny. Our entire development as a sentient species was coordinated to coincide with the appearance of a remarkable device, the Ultron. We were oblivious to its tragic implication. Yow! Absolutely fascinating, but what exactly do you mean by tragic? In order for you to understand truly the situation, you need to know more about the Ultron and its unique capabilities. You see, when the Drudge discovered the Ultron, they knew it was ours. The Drudge were compelled by intrinsic universal direction to take it to where it always belonged. They brought it to us. Oh, the Ultron. It assured total and complete meaning of life for all, the universal. With the Ultron in hand, I could sense not only their motivations and desires, but your purpose. I could act upon these in ways that would most likely seem mysterious, if not, well, daft. Years later, you would herald our participation in our development as the turning point for your species. The Drudge were only one of the few to benefit this way. Even now they are puzzled by the way we rewarded them for the delivery of the Ultron to its correct place. In 24 years, 2 months, and 3 days, they will all dance the dance of jubilation. Indeed, the Ultron has allowed us to change fundamentally the Drudge forever. The Supocs, too, received many benefits from our use of the Ultron. They can testify to its power.
Sounds like things were going pretty well. So what the fuck happened?
Yes, they were perfect. What has happened, well, difficult to discuss. I saw it happen. I witnessed the Chinzral celebration. I felt the Ultron fill the empty place that I did not know was there. I saw the Grand Proctor pass. Well, they say to the Chief Gru, did not know that it was so heavy and slippery. Perhaps it was a combination of factors. Some who reviewed the records claim it actually a conspiracy. The Commission investigation officially stated that the Ultron was rendered inoperative by the fall to the ground, yet many feel that the whole story has not been told. As it struck the ground, I saw its glow fade, and the painful void incapacitated all. All Utwig immediately donned the mask of the ultimate embarrassment and shame, with a vow to wear it forever. Bonfires all over fires consumed all but this mask. No other mask was spared. The visage of ceremonial orations in all of its contexts and revisions, all of its courting mask from the clever and intriguing veil of flirtatious prancing to the infamous lewd monocle, all consumed by the hungry flames. Even the most fundamental fixtures were committed to this irreversible fate. The mask of natural bodily excretions once hung in every lavatory. Most of the public facilities have removed the disposable mask dispensers, but every once in a while I still see such a repository, always empty. In despair, we gave the broken device to our allies, the Supocs, who live at Beta Libre. We couldn't stand to look at it any longer. At the time, many suggested that we use the precursor relic as a form of self-punishment. The proposal was that we collectively go to the second moon of 6th planet of Zeta Hades, and use the ancient planetarian device to end our existence. After much discussion, we discovered that we deserve to suffer. We can use the bomb if we ever decide the time is right. In the meantime, we atone for our grievous mistake from our collective misery. I suddenly sink into a chasm of depression. I must go.
That reminds me of when my pet dog Splib ran in front of a rock chipper.
You are kind. If we could wield the Ultron to resurrect your Splib, we would, but I suddenly am overcome with waves of depression. I must now retire to perform rituals of anguish. Waves of trauma wash across my being even now. I must go.
Okay, go you must. Go ahead and save, because I really don't want to hear that fucking depressing story again. Nor do I want to read it. Alright, next stop. Goombridge! Named after the famous Goomba of Mario Brothers, Goombridge. Man, we are going to be flying all over the star map. Holy shit. We still have several more stops after this, folks, so don't get comfy. We still got to hit Alpha Andromeda, Arcturus, Gamma Rectus, Gamma Kepler, Epsilon Scuti, Zeta Scuti, Zeta Sextanus. And then finally we'll be heading back to Earth. It's a great expedition. We should arrive pretty wealthy, though. We're gonna just be doing some scans. Still have quite a bit free here. A lot of commons. We're at the utter edge of the star map, folks. That is the far east side. Far east coast! About to fly right off the grid. It's a very lonely planet. I'm gonna save on Expidition. Breaking up the saves. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket, is what my Uncle Graham used to tell me, and my Aunt Rosella. I can tell you right now, this place is dangerous as doggy dick.
We're out! Just wanted to grab a little bit. Honestly, that's dangerous as hell, just grabbing what I grabbed. Oh man, but they were so big and chunky, I couldn't leave them behind. Fuck! Holy shit, alright! Let's continue. Star map, let's head to... let's see, 8... Alpha Andromeda. That ship's pretty fast. Let's find out what it is. Because if it's just a probe, I'm gonna fucking annihilate it. Please don't be a kohr-ah. Exactly. It's a fucking probe. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was actually not clicking that, you fucking dumb monkey. Holy shit with this shit. Blast it. Blast it. I'm not even going to waste anyone else's time. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Get fucked up. Alright, now back to where we were going before we were so rudely interrupted. Alpha Andromeda! Again, it's probably safest just to scan this planet, according to recent records. Getting a little low on crew. I like how I just literally throw lives away to collect some high-priced minerals. Let's see, I bought your life for 3 RUs, and I can sell your life for over 25. Doesn't seem like much of a gamble to me. That's a fast son of a bitch right there. That's either another probe or something not good. That's another probe. Little son of a bitch. That guy fucked me up pretty good. Might even reload after this. I'm almost hoping for a quick death after that battle. Christ. That one went much better. A lot of probes out here. Alright, again, head to Planet 1. Way to speed right past it. Come on, motherfucker! We're just scanning, and at this point, our crew is pretty fogged up. I guess we can do a quick drop just to see how bad it is. It's class 4 weather, so it's not good. We probably should just get out of here and call it a day. One thing I am going to do is go to the cargo roster, and I'm going to recall some units here. Just for now, because we're using our main ship here for battle, mostly. Because I don't like using my little ships. I'd rather just sell them. Plus, I hate losing units. It's a blow to... I don't mind losing thousands of humans on board my own ship, but... fucking... no way I'm going to lose an alien ship. Alright, now we're going to head to... Arcturus! Going to be finding something very special here on Arcturus, which is part of the storyline. If you saw in the earlier video, we got a hint about finding this area. If you're wondering if going into quasi-space, in and out of quasi-space, is actually more efficient for this, then the answer is no. That has got to be a probe going that fast. And I'm going to turn around and butt fuck it. I hate these things. Do not fear, we shall not harm you. Okay, goodbye then. It's just combat regardless. And it's you getting your ass blown to fucking pieces regardless. We're gonna have a dickload of money when we get back home, that's all I can tell you. And look at that, still running fairly strong on fuel. Again, head to planet number 1. Uh-oh. Holy shit, got some energy. Got some biological. Well, we got quite a lot to investigate here. But you're going to have to wait for the next video. Thanks for watching, Horde Leads. See you then.